So I got this very interesting question in which we have to convert this table where we have a name and occupation into an output file where it should be based out of occupation. So all columns should be representing one of the occupation, and then we have to list out all the people who are working as that particular occupation. So this is the input file, and this is the our desired output file. Okay, so for this, what we are going to do, we are going to group this input file based out of occupation. Okay, and then from those groups we are going to pick data for these columns. So no, first we are going to group the data. Okay, then we are going to create these four columns, and for these four columns we are going to pick the data out of these groups. Okay, so I have already created the table and inserted the data. So let's see how the table is looking. So this is our input table. Okay, so let's start with step one. So uh, what we are going to do, we are going to group the data based off occupations, and I'm going to add one more thing here. We are going to group the data based off uh, the occupation. Also we are going to add some sequencing to those groups. So inside those group it should be something like if there are four people inside in a group, it should have a sequence for different people like 1 2 3. For that we are going to use row number. So let me quickly write that. Okay, so first we need the name, the occupation. Okay, and then we need the row number. So we are going to use the partition by, and we are going to partition based out of occupation, and we are going to order it by name. Okay, and we are going to rename this column as RN from occupations. That's it. So this is our first step. So let's quickly run this. Okay, so as you can see, this grouped our data, and in each group it gave some row numbering to the members of that group. So like in doctor, we have three members, 1 2 3. So 1 2 3. And similarly in professor, and then in singer. Okay. So second part, coming to the second part. Okay. Okay, step two. So we are going to create the column based out of the occupation. So for that we can use case when. So basically when uh, the occupation's value is doctor, then we are going to put the data uh, uh, into that doctor column. Okay, so let me do that. So we are going to case when the occupation equals to doctor, then we need the name of the person, and we are going to end as, we are going to name it doctor. So this is our first column. So similarly we can paste it here, and we can select the different professions. So second we have the professor. So we are going to professor. Then we have actor, so we are going to name it as actor. Then we have singer. Okay, and also I'm going to display the row number as well. So we are going to use the same table. So I'm going to put this in this subquery here. Okay, and there should be alias for this. Okay, and I'm going to order it by the row number. Okay, so let's quickly run this. And if we look at the data here, we can see we got doctor, professor, actor, singer, and the row number. Okay, so as we can see, like it picked one values from each group, and all the other three columns are null. Okay, so there's a group of one, then group of two, and then group of three. And if you look here, the pattern here is something like this. If you look into the singer, so we have three null values, one name of the person. but we don't want that. We only want the name, not these null values column. Null values only when the data is not present after pulling all the data from all the columns, but not like this. Okay, so for that, what we can do, we can do a group based out of this row number column. Okay, so this will be our step 3. So for that, I'm going to use the same query. I'm just going to make some changes here. So first thing, we are going to group by row number. Okay, and also we don't want these null values from one group. So if I put max here, so basically with groups we can apply some aggregate function. So if I use max, so what max will do, max will uh, neglect these values because these are lesser than this value or any of the value present. So if there is no value present in the column, it will be null, but if there is a value, it will return that value. Okay, so we are going to group it based on the row number, and then we are going to apply the max function to these cases. So what this will do, it will only give us the available value, not the null values present in the column. Okay, so if I apply max, so it should give us the correct result, but also showing the first row from each groups, then second row, then third row, like that. So if I run this, so we can see we got a row number from one group, then second row number 2 from all the groups, then row number 3 from all the groups, and also we got the data in the correct format. These are the values present, and in actor we only had one value, so it gave all the other two values as null. And similarly in singer we got two values and the other third value as a null. Okay, so that's how you can use case in SQL, and grouping the data and using aggregate functions. Thank you.